This is an example of an assembly on SolidWorks. So we try to make one assembly. To start an assembly, you need to create a new assembly. So the second option on the pictures of SolidWorks. Assembly. So if you have a series of components you want to put in together. So the first one is we need to insert the base. Select the base, then open. Click on the drawing area or on the assembly area in this case. Then on your features design manager tree, you can just select this base, right click, and then float. Select float and go for assembly and then made. And then expand this assembly. So we need to make the origin of the parts and the assembly itself. So we'll make it coincident. Select this green check mark. So this is the first steps. Close this mate option, and then we need to insert some components. Insert components, then select this all. Open, select all the components you want to insert, then one by one, you can click on the screens. For example, here, so you have this in, then you have this link, longer link, then you have this piston cylinder, you have the rail, the small link, then the wheel, finally the wheel. So all the components are on a float positions, floating position. Now start mating, mate. We will zoom this in, select this face. Okay, so the face of the wheel inside, and then this face of the base. Okay, so select this green check mark, then another mate. So this face. So we'll make it coincident. Select this green check mark. Select this green check mark. So as you can see, it is properly mated. Okay, so you can rotate the wheel on this case. Then next, you have this cylinder connector. The cylinder connector, we can just rotate it. So by rotating it, I'm using my right mouse wheel button. So right click and hold to rotate the component. The first thing is to do the mating. So mate, select this face and this face of the base. Select this green check mark and the tangency. So this one, this face of the connector onto the face of this base. Select this green check mark. Select this green check mark. Just to check for a while, this sliding inside the base. Now we need to cover it by this rail lid. Okay, so we call it a rail lid. So to rotate this, again, I'm using my mouse wheel button. So the right mouse wheel button, select and hold it, rotate. So we just need to position this one near the base. Okay, so now for mate, select this face onto this face to make it concentric, and this face into this face, make it concentric, and then this face of the base onto the face of the lid, close it. So we'll make it coincident. Okay, coincident. So these are all standard mates. In all standard mates. So from here, then we have this piston cylinder. This piston cylinder, copper mate. You can select this face. And this face. So just look on the arrowhead of my mouse so that you can be guided accordingly. So select the screen check mark. And as you can see, we need another mate, which is the face of this one and the face of this piston cylinder. Let's select the screen check mark to agree. So it is now fixed on the base. And the next thing is the piston. Okay, so this face or piston, and then inside the piston cylinder. So this one, select the screen check mark. And that's it for now. And then this one, the face of this longer link to the wheel. Okay, onto the wheel. It's the wheel. Select the screen check mark. Then this face, select this face, the large link on the bottom of this and the select the screen check mark. So as you can see, it is mated all together here. So I'm using my mouse wheel button. Zoom in, zoom out, then rotate the components. So what else we need to make? So this one. So the face of this smaller link to this handle of the piston. Okay. So from here, we can do some other mate, which is this one onto the connector. Select screen check mark to agree. And then you have here this face of the smaller link should be concentric with our connector here. Select the screen check mark. And this face to this face, select the screen check mark. So it is aligned. Okay. So let's check it for now. So let's give a view, isometric view. Let's try to rotate this. So it is rotating on this case. Okay. Okay. So on the assembly part, we need some questions that we need to answer about the distance. For example, the distance of the piston remains here. So let's give another mate. So from this face of the base, the face of this larger link. So let's give an angle of 9 degrees. Select the screen check mark. Let's check it again. If we can rotate this, Okay, then mate this face and this face, let it be 9 degrees. Okay, so it's automatically adjusted. Select this green check mark. So it is 9 degrees. So let's give a view orientation, isometric. So this one, it will give you the section view, power assembly. Just select this so you can see the inside part. So we are after this distance. So from this point of the piston up to the end of this piston cylinder. So how you will evaluate this? You can go to evaluate and then measure. So measure the distance from this point up to the other point. So the answer is 31. So this is the center distance. We are after this center distance. So 31 millimeters is the answer. Okay, 31 millimeters is the answer. That's the distance. So if on the problem they will ask you to make a 2 decimal places. So let's check. Set it from the document properties. So again, section view. And check the measurement. So measure, zoom in, select this point and the other point here. So you have the center distance of 31.05. So this is in 2 decimal places. So that's it in getting the distance. So if you want to change the angle, you can just edit from your mates tab here. So the angle. So here, angle 2, edit feature. So you can change this angle. So you can make it 11 degrees. For example, for 11 degrees, press enter. So it is automatically adjusted here. Then get the measurement from here. Close this mate. Then again, measure this distance here. So measure this one and the other one. So I'm changing the angle. So now the center distance will become 27.14. So that's it for a simple assembly.